Welcome back. In this video we're going to calculate the future value of an annuity. We did the future value of a single sum, so this time we're going to explain what an annuity is. So let's start out by defining an annuity. By definition, an annuity is a series of equal payments for a specified period of time. And that's what we have in this problem here. It's asking us what is the future value of a 5-year annuity with annual payments of $400 evaluated at a 12% interest rate. So if we open up a function box and find our future value function, we can put in our rate, and we know this is going to be a 5-year annuity, so we can put that in here, and our payments are going to be $400. And we don't put in anything in present value. We use present value for a single sum, which is what we did in the last slide. So if we leave that blank, we just are evaluating the annuity. And if we do that, we return $2,541.14. And if we click OK, it puts it in our box up here at the top. And that's our future value. So let's look at how this should look on a timeline. And if you'll let me get my pen here a second, I'll draw a timeline and I'll show you how it looks. Oh. I want to draw my timeline down here. Okay, so if we start out here, we have period 0, which means that we're at today. Period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, and if I carry this out a little bit, we can get period 5 over here. Okay, so we're looking at getting $400 each of 5 years at a 12% rate. And let's just drop that 12% in here. Hopefully you can read that, but it's not very good. Okay, and then our $400, I don't like that. I want to erase it. I want you to be able to see it so you remember it. Okay, we'll get rid of this. And I'll get my pen back, and we're going to put 12% here. Okay, so now we know that's 12%. We'll put our $400 payments in here. I'm trying to write a little small because I want to save some space. And let me erase this. Yeah, if I write bigger you can see it better, but it's hard to write tiny. Okay, so that's it. And then if we as you saw, we calculated what these 5 payments are worth at the end of year 5, which came out to $2,541.14. Okay, so I want you to understand more than just the Excel formula. I want you to understand the formulas that are used to calculate a future value interest factor. So a future value interest factor should look like this. FVIF for a percentage, a specified percentage for a specified period of time, which is N. Okay, so what we need to do is calculate a future value. And a future value equals the present value times 1 plus the interest rate of R to the nth power. Okay, so that's how we would do it ordinarily. And then if we want to get a factor, what we have to do is set the present value equal to 1 here. And let me erase that. Okay, we have 1 for present value, and we have 1 plus our rate, which is 12%. 0.12. And to get the power here, we're going to get this last payment in year 5. So that's going to be 0 because we're in the 5th year, and $400 in the 5th year is $400. So this is 0. So we have to do this for each year. We have 1 plus 1.2 for the next one, to the raised to the first power, which is 5 minus 4. And then we have 1 plus 1.12 to the second power, which is 5 minus 3. And we have 1 times 1.12 to the third power. And finally we have 1 plus 1.12 to the fourth power. And if we calculate each of these out, 1 plus 1.12 to the 0 power equals 1, because it's 1 times 1. Okay, and if we do the second one, this is going to be 1.12. If we do the third one, it's going to be, if you calculate this out, it's going to be 1.254, and I'm rounding, so if you do it on your calculator, you might get a different amount. And then if we raise it to the third power, it's going to give us 1.405, so let's put that in. 1.405. And if we go out to the 5th year, we're going to take 1.12 and raise that to the fourth power, which is going to give us 1.574. So now what we have to do to get our factor is we have to get a sum of all of these. So let me add them up. We have 1 plus 1.12 plus 1.254 plus 1.405 plus 1.574. So our future value interest factor equals 6.353. And so now if we take our factor, which is here, and let me see if I can squeeze it in up here because I need the room. Our future value interest factor equals 6.353, and if we take that times our $400 payments, that should give us $2,541.14, or within a penny. So let's see how that comes out. Yeah, it came out to $2,541.20, which is okay because it's rounding. And if you would have taken these other amounts down here and rounded them differently, you could have maybe gotten a little closer. But So what you're doing is you're calculating a factor for each year, summing the total of the factors for each year, and getting the factor for all 5 years. And that's why we say for 12% for 5 years as FVIF sub percentage sub n. So that's it, and we'll see you in the next slide.